Welcome, everybody, to YMA Mat Chat, episode number 67. And today we are doing part 2 of school partnerships and why they matter. And we ended, so to give us a brief update, we talked about opening, schools are overloaded, kids are struggling. Kids can't do everything alone. They shouldn't have to. What schools are dealing with around emotional regulation, bullying, attention, discipline challenges, limited time, staff, sources, and the whole idea. And what we're looking to bring to the table here is teachers are managing kids as humans, not just students. What martial arts brings is structure, discipline, confidence without aggression, respect and accountability, a physical outlet for stress, and being calm under pressure. Martial arts, as we've mentioned many times, teaches life skills through action, not lectures. What a partnership with schools looks like: classroom visits, anti-bullying and confidence talks, life skills lessons, parent resources, and ongoing enrichment programs. And tonight we're going to actually clarify some of this, share a little bit more about it, dig in a little deeper, and look for solutions. Take a look at what some of the solutions that martial arts actually brings to the table for parents, and how it teaches their kids, how it allows them to grow, and how it allows them to be growing as a better human being. Welcome, Mr. Yarwood. Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. This is something, like I said last week, I'm working on a program to partner with our local schools, create this, we call it a partnership to benefit everybody. So the parents will benefit from it, the kids will benefit from it, the school will benefit from it, and then our dojo will benefit from it. And the idea is to build on this community aspect that we've been working on, to get everybody involved in make them better. Whatever avenue we use to, whether it's at school or at home or at the dojo or wherever it is, we just want to get these kids on the right track, get them a jump start on their future, so that they're when they're out in the real world, they're ready. Because things can be challenging these days. So, we're getting basically the program involves a parent at a school, part of the PTO, or they're just involved, and we're going to give them an opportunity to for our martial arts school, Yards Martial Arts, to get in there and basically advocate for us, to get us involved in all the events that are going on in the school, whether it be, we have auctions and they have like a yearly fun run, and they do a holiday gift shop. They do all kinds of fun stuff for the kids, and as much involvement as we can. We want to be part of all that stuff, so we can be part of the fabric of their learning process. So the parent liaison themselves will benefit by any any referrals that come our way from the school. The parent that is involved in that will actually get some benefit from it. So there's incentive for the parent to be part of this. Any funds that come directly from the program, whether it be the enrichment program or any donations that we do or anything like that, the school is going to get that money. So we have a minimum donation of $1,000 that we're going to give to the school, and then anything over and above that's generated through this program, through this partnership. So that way the school thinks something for allowing us to be part of what they're doing. We want to make sure that they're getting something out of it, because they're the ones that are providing us the opportunities to be part of their kids' school lives and get in there and be able to teach them the life skill stuff and all the other things that come along with teaching martial arts. And of course, we're going to benefit from it, and that we grow our school as well. But, we're trying to grow our school so that we can reach more kids, more families, more parents with what it is that we're trying to do. So It's a win-win for everybody. Of course, the kids win too, because they're getting the benefit of all the skills that they're learning, the life skills, the physical skills, the emotional skills, all those different things that come along with each at our school. So I think it's going to be a benefit for everybody all around.
I think one of the things too that I wanted to stress on this, when you look at the cost of being in sports in general and the time, the traveling for many different sports that are out there, martial arts really is very affordable and it's local.
Yep.
Right. So I think that that's another component, because there's, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day and they said, well, my kid is in, football, and the coach is very particular and he sits down and he's teaching them life skills. And I said, yeah, skills aren't being practiced on the field.
Yeah.
And if you're the star player, there tends to be some liberalties that happen or have been known to happen. And I think the great thing about martial arts is it's the great equalizer, because at many levels it teaches the skills. The skills are practiced. The skills are then used in school naturally because they're just they become habitual, and the grounding and the structure, the positive role modeling, and all of that happens in these various spaces gives a solution for parents to find something that isn't necessarily so time consuming for the parents. For for instance, football. An American football game is a lengthy process. It comes with breaks. It comes with traveling. It comes with setup. The same amount of time. Martial arts has a much shorter window and a much more powerful, condensed outcome. And I think that's one of the benefits that kids see. In fact, so much so that there are kids, and you can maybe speak to this a little bit more, Mr. Yarwood, but there are kids that will come and do martial arts for the flexibility, for the mental stamina, and still play a high school sport. And when they bring the martial arts wisdom to that high school sport, it makes them a better player.
Yeah, we're definitely very complementary to other sports. I played football for, I don't know, I played in elementary school, middle school, high school, and college. So I understand everything about team sports and what goes into it. There's definitely a hierarchy on a football team, and there's competition amongst even just your position specifically, much less the whole team. And it can there can be times where there's animosity, there's clicking, there's all kinds of different things that happen on a football team because of that, right? You got two sides of the football. You got offense and defense who are fighting with each other because one side isn't doing their part, or whatever the case may be, or one guy on the team of 11 that's out on the offense isn't playing his role, so the whole offense is struggling. I mean, there's so many different aspects that go into it that isn't individualized, right? When you come to martial arts, you are your own competition. So of course you can go do tournaments and all that kind of stuff, but as a whole, martial arts is individual, right? You go as far as you determine you want to go, and it's all on you and based on your discipline and your willingness to want to do what it is. And then you can take all that desire, that discipline, that structure, and apply it to the other sports that you're playing. Apply it to football, apply it to soccer. And I think overall you're going to be a better player, not just physically, but emotionally, right? And you're going to be out there, you're going to be able to deal with hardships. You're going to be able to deal with things that get in your way. You're going to be able to deal with all the different things that go along with that team aspect. So I think, with martial arts being complementary, it's going to be something that helps them become a better team player as well, because of all the things that they learn that are benefiting them, not just the physical part of it.
I don't know when it happened, but there was a time, and you probably know better than I do, but there was a time when football players were, it was suggested that they take ballet classes because a team was not doing well with their strength and with their balance and with,
Yep.
and they ended up, tell me more about that, because I think that's another thing where martial arts, would be a much easier way to build that into the team.
Yep. I mean, something like, I think, so I remember, do you remember the name Lynn Swan? He used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was the guy known for taking ballet, right? And I think what he talked about is things we talk about in martial arts is the balance, the the grace, the study, the precision of what it is you're trying to learn helps you to physically teach your body how to do all these different things. So when you apply it back to football, right, the balance is important. The precision on where you put your hands, where your feet are going, all those different things are applied to your position in a football game. So, like I said, it's not one or the other. It can be both. Like in martial arts, balance is huge, because if you can control your balance, you control your power, you control your rotation in your hips, you control everything that's going on when you're balanced. And if you're unbalanced, you're going to struggle. If you're unbalanced in football, say you're an offensive lineman in football, you don't have balance, you're going to get run over every time. Or if you're a running back, if you don't have balance, it's going to be hard to cut, and it's going to be hard to make, good runs when you're constantly trying to struggle just to stand and move properly. So all these things kind of work in concert with each other. So martial arts can be, you don't have to just be a martial artist. You can do all these other things and use martial arts to help you along the way. Plus, all the sports have seasons. Martial arts doesn't have season. We're year round. We're all the time. So you can be doing it, if you just want to do it in your off season to make yourself better, working into as part of your training regimen, martial arts and lifting and running and doing all those different things. It can only benefit everybody.
So we just had somebody from Facebook that's been watching us that threw in a comment. That's a great way to see martial arts as complementary to other sports. And then he popped in another comment. Martial arts, you are your own competition. Awesome. Right? So, that really is a place where you're building a community, you're building leadership development, that then they can take that out into the team and share in the team environment,
Yep.
into the team community. And, we had talked about one of the big ideas from this whole conversation the last couple of weeks about why school partnerships matter with parents. Remember, we're out to build a better human being.
Yep.
And all of these things showing that collaboration, understanding that, having the kids see the development, and especially if the home takes the coaching from you, Mr. Yarwood, they create values at home and hold them accountable. It makes home life that much easier.
Yep. And the leadership part that we teach, they bring that to the team, right? They don't even have to be a starter on the team. They could be, a second string or a third string, but they still have those leadership skills that gets them out there. Kids start to see that, hey, I may not be the starter, but I'm busting my butt out here in practice because I want the team to get better. I may not be the best player on the team, but I'm going to be the hardest worker. I'm going to be the one that's making the team better because I'm say I'm on the practice squad, right? If I'm on the practice squad, I got to be the best practice squad player I can be because those starters are counting on me to do a good job to teach them what the other team is going to be doing on Friday or Saturday or whatever day you're going to be playing your game, right? So even as a second stringer or a first-year player who doesn't get to play much, you can still benefit from everything that you learn in martial arts through the leadership skills, through the discipline to go out there and get to work, show everybody else how important it is to just go do the work, regardless of whether you're the guy getting all the credit or not.
And when you look at and you go out into the business world and what this is teaching people, and I'm not the greatest at remembering quotes, but I know there's a business quote out there. It's not that you are perfect. It's not that you are the best. It's that you are the person that continues, even after losing, to pick up and continue moving along the path.
Yep.
And, and I was just listening to a conversation about SEALs training. In SEALs training in Bud's Week, it is not the greatest athlete. It is not the strongest, most muscular, most defined person, male or female, that's going to win the day. It's the one that learns to work with other people, teamwork. It's the ones that never give up. It's the ones that reach down deep within. And I think that's what martial arts teaches. Like, that's the piece. Like, it just naturally comes out.
Yep. Resilience and grit. The desire to just keep going no matter what you get thrown at you, right? That understanding that you just keep going, and eventually benefits are gonna show themselves. Because if you quit, you're done. You're never gonna learn about keeping going, right? Sure, you're gonna have obstacles in life, in martial arts, in football, and whatever it is. And if every time you run into an obstacle, you quit, you're never gonna get anything done. You're never gonna be successful, because you're never gonna figure out how to get stronger and move forward. And then when you collect all those barriers and you get over them and you look back and you see all the things that you crushed behind you, that gives you that much more confidence to keep going. So that way, the next barrier isn't going to be that big of a deal, because you've already got all these other ones broken behind you. You just keep going.
And I think one of the things that starts to happen in the martial arts environment is you start to see how you fit into the community of martial artists. Not that you are the best or the worst, wherever you fall there isn't that, oh my gosh, you're terrible, or oh my gosh, you're so good, thank you, like, wow. There's just, it just seems such a much more even field.
Yep.
And when you look at that and think about that, it's so much easier to stay in martial arts for an extended period of time, because once you're in that mindset of never giving up, never quitting, and continuing no matter where you are and what your goals are, there's always steady improvement, even if it's minor. And I think that then also brings you back into your family, being able to fit in with your family, being able to see and learn how to be not necessarily a role model in your family, but somebody that doesn't create waves, that sees the value of who you are in the family.
Yeah, that's one of the things we talk about, is that every person in the family has a role to play when it comes to leadership. That can be anywhere from, dad down to the little dragon 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid, right? And with dad, obviously dad, he goes to work, he supports the family, he does all the heavy chores, whatever. Mom does the house, the stay-at-home mom job, or maybe she has a job herself. She's the chauffeur for the kids to all the activities. Big brother, if mom and dad are gone, he's taking care of the younger kids, right? The little kids, you teach them the leadership part of it you start with us. We start with they have to make their bed and clean up their room, right? Put away their toys. That's their role in the family right now, is help keep the house clean by doing your part. So they start to understand that as a family, everything gets done, right? We don't rely on one person to do everything. Everybody's got a role to play in the family, so all the stuff gets taken care of. And when families start to work as a unit that way, all the kids step up. What happens is that kid gets older. He starts to notice that there's other things that need to get taken care of. He starts helping dad with the chores. He starts helping mom, by going and taking care of the grocery shopping, or who knows what it is, right? But they start to add more and more roles to their part of the family, and that family unit becomes stronger and stronger because everybody's doing their part. When they understand that piece of it, that leadership piece, then that goes from the family unit out into the community, right? They go to school and they help the teacher with stuff. They help their friends with things. They help their social group with things. They help, the school with stuff. They go to their job as they get older, and they start, even though they're brand new on the job, they start looking for those things that need to get taken care of that, aren't necessarily the glamour stuff, but they know it needs to get done. So they affect everything around them just by taking care of those little things and being that leader within whatever group they're part of. And that sends a message to everybody else that, hey, we can do this stuff too. And it just makes everybody better because it starts to flow out, and they start to see, hey, that guy's taking care of stuff. So, what can I start doing, right? They start noticing what other people are doing. And then they become a benefit to everybody around them.
Yeah, and with that collaboration, I think, as to bring it all the way back to parents and why they matter, as the parents see an opportunity to collaborate with a school and see and be able to have the school see the benefit of bringing martial arts into the school to make a difference, to present what's possible to more students, and have more of the students then speaking about, sharing about, working about, the community then that becomes that much more knitted together, and the spider web becomes almost endless. And I don't know any other activity that brings at the level with which you're working and what your commitment is at Yarwood Martial Arts, any other activity in the school system that brings people to that level of community. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's something that I think is like I said, it's something that we've been working on for a while. I don't know that any other martial arts schools have done it. I mean, I'm sure they've worked in the schools. I mean, we've gone and done school visits and that kind of stuff, and that's one thing to come in and visit your classroom for half an hour or whatever, but how much impact can you really have if that's all you're doing is just spending a half an hour, right? Kids might remember they had a fun time with Mr. Yarwood coming in and letting them break boards and have fun and yell and scream, but that's really all they remember. When we come into the school and build an enrichment program, and our presence is there, they see us all the time. They come up and talk to us. They know who we are. They know what we do. They know what we represent. The teachers see us, and they're happy that we're there because we're helping the school become a better environment for the students to be learning and the teachers to be teaching. When we're helping, we're an ally to the teachers and to the principal and to the parents to be part of their kids' growth. I think overall it makes everybody better. And when we have like the enrichment programs teaching the kids not only physical martial arts, but all the life skills that go along with it, that translates into the classroom, right? And when the classroom is more structured, more disciplined, more respectful, everybody wins. Learning environments expand because now kids are understanding the things that they're learning. They're not getting into trouble. they're helping each other. They're not being bullies, all those types of things. All that stuff gets affected by coming in and making a partner of us with the schools. So we can be there on a regular basis, and our presence alone starts to send a message that, hey, this is what we're all about.
Yeah, and I think the whole aspect, I think now one of the battles that we're facing is the social media.
Yep.
And this takes people's minds off of social media.
Gives them activities. I don't like calling what we do activities. I mean, technically it is, but there's so much more that goes into it that if we can get kids away from the iPads and the iPhones and all that stuff for just a little bit longer, I think it's going to benefit everybody. There's no way to get rid of it. It's here to stay. It's to the point where we have to monitor it and make sure that what they're doing and how much time they're spending is beneficial to what all the other things they're doing. Getting them off of that and learning, a physical martial art, physical understanding of their habits and their day, scheduling their day out and doing all these different things, I think is going to be beneficial for everybody.
And if they have brothers and sisters that are involved in it, it's a great thing for them to practice together.
Yep.
There's no age. Mom and dad can do the same forms, the same exercises, the same movements.
Yep.
Right. And the contribution back and forth of the youngsters to the adults. Dad, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this a little bit. You're not doing this quite correct. To be able to hear and see that is just wonderful, because it just makes us a stronger community.
Yep. We have many, many families who train together. It's fun to watch. We have a family of 5. We have a family of 4. We have another family of 4. We have 3 sets of parent and child on our competition team, right? So they're training not only in regular martial arts, but now training to be on go to tournaments and have all that stuff. So that's that extra level of thing. So they're it's going beyond just martial arts. The basic martial arts. It's to the competition level too. It's so fun to see that.
Yeah, and I can't think of. You think of skiing and going skiing, which I did with my parents as a young kid. It's awesome. I love it. The expense of that type of activity, though, is a completely different level. Whereas the affordability of martial arts as a family, especially the way Yarwood's Martial Arts has their family plan, kicked in with 2 or more.
Yep.
I think it's one of the inherent designs that Mr. Yarwood has created to say, hey, this is my commitment to family. This is my commitment to partnership. This is my commitment to schools. This is my commitment to leadership in our community. Rather than being so expensive that a select few can do it. He's created opportunities, has a nonprofit organization to help those people that are in need, perhaps. And,
yep.
I think that now this next level in partnering with the school system to not only impact the school system, but impact the relationship with parents and the school, parents and the kids, all the way around.
Yep.
So, Mr. Yarwood, I applaud you and really appreciate the opportunity to talk about this.
Yes, sir. It's obviously it's my passion. I love what I do. They always say, find what you love. You never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Well, I still work, but it's not the same, right? I love it. I enjoy it. The results for me are phenomenal. It's fun. I've been doing it. I've been teaching for 10, 16 years, running my school for 13. So it's I love doing it. And now my son, you know, he wants to take over, and it's fun that everything that I'm trying to do for other families actually happens in my family as well. So our family is a direct result of everything that we do at our school. So we're the example. So I'm not just talking, right? I'm doing. Like I always say, lead by example. That's what we're doing. Because my son is he started when he was 3, and now he's going to be 20, and his goal is to have me retire, which is cool. Like, oh, you sure?
That's a fun goal, right?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. This is a good spot to end number 67. Really do appreciate those people that stuck their head in the window. Jason Wood, Jeremy Franklin, and a few others that I didn't get a chance to see who their names were. But thank you for watching. Those of you that are watching on the replay, share this out. Let people know that we've got 67 of these videos that talk about how martial arts makes a difference in a family's life.
Yep.
And with that,
and also too, real quick, we've had one guest along the way, which was really cool. We'd be open to other people coming on and talking and discussing stuff with us. I mean, it's a an open forum to discuss how maybe you're somebody who martial arts has affected your life, or maybe you're somebody who's interested in some of the things we've talked along the way. You have a different perspective. I mean, we're open to that kind of stuff. We would love to have people on and talk about the same things we're talking about.
This is not the only view. It's a view and a commitment that the two of us share. And we know that there exists a lot more out there.
Yep, for sure.
Well, thank you.
So if you're interested, reach out to us and we'll talk.
Excellent. And we'll make sure, just leave us a message in social media. And, we look forward to seeing you on the mats or seeing you in social media.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
See ya.